Welcome to the JoshPod, where we give you fun, entertaining news in a boring political world. Yes, we finally have a catchphrase title thing for the JoshPod. And I'm your host, Josh Simonji of the JoshPod. Josh and Josh. Anyway, we have a lot of stories to get to this week, so let's just jump right into it with the BS of the week. Alright, the big story of the week is that Marvel has canceled the failed ninja fighting superhero Iron Fist. Yes, Marvel has announced that, quote, Iron Fist will not return for a third season on Netflix. Continuing from a Deadline article where I pulled this story from, Marvel and Netflix added, quote, we're thankful to the fans who have watched these 2 seasons and for the partnership we've shared on this series. While the series on Netflix has ended, the immortal Iron Fist will live on. Who cares? Nobody. Seriously, Iron Fist was a dumb show. Though I have never seen it and don't have any desire to go and see it, I've just heard very bad things about it and it's not that good. But some of you may have noticed in the quote that I read that Marvel and Netflix said while the series on Netflix has ended, the immortal Iron Fist will live on. And for those of you who had noticed that, please knock it off, because that's my job. Yeah, stop it. So there is some speculation that Iron Fist will be on Disney's future online streaming service, which I am dubbing the name McFlix. Because Mickey and then Netflix pushed together makes... Anyway, that would make the most sense that Marvel is taking off Iron Fist so they can put it on their own streaming service, but who cares? I have no idea. What's next? Disney's gonna start dropping more superhero TV shows like, I don't know, Luke Cage?
Fasten all seatbelts! Seal all entrances and exits! Cancel the free-range circus! Secure all animals in the zoo!
So it turns out Marvel has canceled Luke Cage. Marvel and Netflix said in a joint statement, unfortunately, Marvel's Luke Cage will not return for a third season. Everyone at Marvel Television and Netflix is grateful to the dedicated showrunner, writers, cast, and crew who brought Harlem's hero to life for the past 2 seasons, and to all the fans who have supported the series. Okay. So... there has to be a reason why they canceled 2 Marvel TV shows. It could be still that same reason that they're canceling the TV shows to put it on the brand new McFlix, but I don't know for sure. There are some reports, mainly from Variety, where I got this story about Luke Cage. They're saying that Netflix is cutting ties with Marvel after Disney has announced that they want to make, the McFlix. Marvel has also stated that their licensing deals are about to expire with Netflix as well. Who knows, maybe this will start being a regular thing. If it is in fact a licensing deal with Netflix, then we can expect to see more of the movies and TV shows being taken off of Netflix and getting ready for the McFlix. Yes! And who knows, maybe they'll start canceling shows like Jessica Jones, Daredevil, maybe even The Punisher. I want to start predicting stuff more often because it makes me look really good, and then I can post it on the YouTube saying, hey look, I predicted this from the very beginning. I'm awesome and famous. Watch the JoshPod. But anyway, speaking of chaos, let's jump into some movie news. It was announced that last week that DC has confirmed the ex-Guardians of the Galaxy director and alleged pedo, James Gunn. He will be directing Suicide Squad 2. And I want to apologize to James Gunn. I know, I didn't mean it. It was a joke. I didn't mean to call you a pedo. I'm sorry. Anyway, yes, James Gunn is back to making movies. So this announcement comes after the original director and writer Gavin O'Connor, not to be confused with Brian O'Connor from the hit movie Fast and Furious, spoiler alert, he's dead, he stepped down from the project due to creative differences. So I think it's great and kind of funny that DC grabbed James Gunn, because one, he's a great director. He made Guardians of the Galaxy just huge, probably the best superhero movies ever, or the 2 that he made. And they don't care that James Gunn has this weird history where he made a bunch of bad jokes that nobody liked about little kids and stuff like that. And he probably doesn't even care about little kids too, so he can make the darkest movie ever. Again, Mr. James Gunn, I apologize. I don't know why I'm ripping into you, but hey, stop hating on little kids. But I am personally excited for James Gunn to return to movie making. So, like I said earlier, Guardians of the Galaxy became like the 2 biggest superhero movies ever. So maybe Suicide Squad 2 will be the next biggest movie ever? Maybe. And finally, in movie news, it was announced on Tuesday, October 16th, that Marvel, Warner Brothers, will not be moving forward on any Henry Cavill Superman movies or Ben Affleck Batman movies. This was after multiple reports of Ben Affleck wanting to leave DC, and also the rumors a few weeks ago about Henry Cavill reportedly stepped down. Warner Brothers reported that, quote, "The studio is not currently moving forward with Batman and Superman movies featuring Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, respectively. It is expected to recast The Dark Knight with a different actor for director Matt Reeves' upcoming Batman solo outing." So in case you don't know, Matt Reeves is making a Batman standalone movie. But there was a lot of speculation, and that's when the rumors first came out that Ben Affleck wasn't interested in being Batman again.
Why did you say that name?
So this is just another huge disappointment for DC EU that they dropped their best actor, Henry Cavill, and now they're thinking about replacing him or even just recasting him. There was rumors that he might be Supergirl, or not he, but there's rumors that they might replace Superman and go with Supergirl, that storyline, or they might be thinking about just recasting Henry Cavill in general, which would be really stupid because Henry Cavill is probably the best thing about the DCEU. And regarding Ben Affleck, he'll be missed, I guess?
Why did you say that name?
Well, the Simonji brothers actually sat down together and talked about this very topic. And you can check it out now on the most recent Simonji podcast episode. It is, if you're subscribed to the channel Simonji Productions, you will see the Simonji podcast episode. What did I call it again? Oh, is the DCEU going down the toilet? There's a picture of Noah on a little kid as the little kid is flushing himself down the toilet. It's pretty cool. And if you're an audio listener, either listening to SoundCloud or iTunes, if you are subscribed to the Simonji podcast, you'll be getting the JoshPod episodes as well as all the Simonji podcast episodes as well. So be sure to check that out and you'll hear our thoughts on what we think is going to happen with the DCEU. And also just want to give you a heads up on that too. We filmed that before all these announcements about Henry Cavill leaving and Ben Affleck leaving as well. So just keep that in mind. And speaking of shameless plugs, the JoshPod. Thank you for watching this week of the JoshPod. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're on YouTube, there's a little bell icon too. I guess you push that and you get notified whenever we post a video, whether it's the JoshPod, the Simonji podcast, or whatever we put on this channel now. And also, if you're an audio listener, be sure to leave a comment, rate us as well on iTunes or SoundCloud, and tell your friends about us. Because not all of us have a lot of time to watch stuff on the internet. We just have time for putting stuff in our ear holes and listening to them while at work, jogging, doing bench presses. I don't know what people do. And of course, if you want to email us letting us know what kind of stories are out there, what we should talk about, or just some sort of comment in general, our email is simonjiproductions@gmail.com. And until then, I will see you guys next week here on the JoshPod.